What's going on, everybody? This is Nerdicane back at it again. This is Justice League Dark number 6. I did this one before and I was really enjoying it. We're going to continue with this. That's the Unreal Engine that I'm downloading. And that's a houseplant that's very happy that it's no longer being cared for by my wife because she kills a lot of houseplants. That little sucker's thriving with me. Okay, so yeah, I was following this. And I keep buying these without the trade dress, this special cover. Look how gorgeous this cover is, and everything else except for Wonder Woman and Zatanna is background dressing for it. Those two, these figures, they're beautiful. They sell the comic book. Just look at how Wonder Woman is drawn. Very strong, very feminine. Look at those delts. Those delts going on. And Zatanna too. There's emotion. It's a nice action pose. Even Man-Bat and Swamp Thing and Detective Chimp, very well done. These are gorgeous covers. The only problem with this stuff that doesn't have the trade dress is when it's sitting on the rack usually ends right about there. And while it is very beautiful to look at, you can't really tell what this is. You can't tell if this is the issue you need, the next issue you need. But I buy these because I like it. When I get my man cave, I may frame this and put this up on the wall. I'm not going to do a CGC. This isn't that important of an issue, but as something to put on the wall, it's just very, very gorgeous as far as comic book art. So where we left off, it kind of continues the story, and this sort of reminded me of the Jason Aaron Thor stories that have been going on for a while. He's kind of been pigeonholed into doing Thor a lot of time when it's Jane Foster Thor or now that it's Odin's son Thor. It's a neat concept. It's a cool story. It's a really great build-up. But then I don't know if it's because they have timing issues or they have to do something else in the storyline wise. It just falls flat. It just seems like the writer isn't allowed to follow through on this. And this was a really good story, but as you'll see and as I'll point out, the conclusion of it, this is the conclusion of this story arc, it just fell flat. It felt like there should have been more. It was just solved too easily. So Bobo has screwed up this Mira, this fantasy world, and it's kind of interesting how he did it. He did it trying to bring a friend of his back to life. And so he goes back in there. Wonder Woman kind of forces him to go back in there to fix things. And he didn't want to go because he messed all this stuff up. And this dude, Blue Demon, is trying to kill him because I don't know if they think that'll fix it or what. But, so they go in. And this is an interesting story about hope. About never giving up on somebody. And it's done beautifully. The one character who is always hopeful, who's always about hope, who's always has this love for humanity, Wonder Woman kind of pulls him out of his funk. It's kind of a subplot. This is the bigger plot. This is the bigger thing that's going on. Phantom Stranger. I know Phantom Stranger. Yeah, I don't know who Phantom Stranger is. And Dr. Fate. I don't know enough about DC. But their fight, they've always been aligned. This is like Batman versus Superman. They've always been aligned. They've always been on the same side, but now they're facing off against each other. And this is leading into whatever bigger thing is going on in DC, in the mystical side of DC right now. So they're having a fight. And God, look at this art. Even in their advertisements, even their Snickers advertisements, you get better art than probably 95% of what's going on at Marvel. So this is them talking about, this is a little bit of exposition about what's going on in the world. Man-Bat in this story was very cool. So Wonder Woman goes down there and has a conversation with Detective Chimp, and he's feeling sorry for himself because he's screwed this whole thing up. Look at this. This is what made me really feel that this story gave up on itself. The story, it's funny because, it's ironic because the story is about not giving up. But sorry if I'm bouncing a little bit, but I'll go two hands to kind of hold this steady. He says, I drank pond water, and the universe gave me life, and it gave me knowledge, and everything I've drunk since then has been trying me trying desperately to give. I know I screwed that up. Me trying desperately to give it all back. So the lore of Detective Chimp is he drank from some pond, some mystic water that made him super intelligent and made him Detective Chimp. And now he's sort of like feeling sorry for himself and all the stuff that he's done. And the drinking is him like trying to give it back, trying to give it away. And in true Wonder Woman style, she, convinces him to not give up, gives him some alcohol too. That kind of helps him as well. So in the fight with those two dudes, I don't understand it, but it looked cool. This has like shades of Lord of the Rings with this dark army breaking through and the kind of the culmination of it. He screwed something up in trying to bring his friend back to life. He basically brought these things to life, and they're ever living. You can defeat them in a day, but then the next day they'll just resurrect, and that's the problem that this kingdom has been facing. And this just seems like that. It just seems Lord of the Rings. What was it called? Not Helm's Deep, but the other place. But that's what it seems like in here, this battle. So he goes to try to fix it, and did I miss something? No. The whole battle just kind of culminates, and I'll skip the last bits. This is where the story just kind of fell over. It was really cool, and he kind of discovers, okay, we need to fix this. So when I read this panel, I was thinking, okay, he's gonna have to get a small band. They're gonna have to go do something crazy. They're gonna have to go find wherever this portal is and close it, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be like the breakout of Helm's Deep, where the king is riding his horse through the city, and he's going out to meet the sun. And I was hoping it was going to be something really cool like that, but no. He basically just he has some people draw the thing on the ground, says close, and it closes, and that's the end of the story, and that's the end of that arc. It was It felt, when I read that panel, it felt like a Jason Aaron book. It felt like something really cool that could have been really cool if he had been able to expound on it or do something bigger with it. It just seemed like they were pressed for time, and whatever the next thing is on Justice League Dark has coming up, but it just seemed like a story that they ran out of time to tell, and it's a little disappointing because it could have been really epic and it really could have been really awesome, but it just ended like that. But that's it. I don't know. Maybe if you like this sort of stuff in the DC universe, it's a cool story, but yeah, it'll leave you a little flat. It'll just kind of fall over at the end. As a display, as an art piece, it's absolutely beautiful. I would like to see. I hope that they do more of this on the cover. This is an absolutely gorgeous cover. Even the chimp and the bat and the large fern, they all look very, very good. I mean, look at Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing looks great. But then you take, the marquee players in this, Wonder Woman and Zatanna, and they look absolutely gorgeous. That's great work. Let me see if I can give credit where credit's due on this one. God, I really hate it when they leave the credit. I don't know. Sorry, I can't give credit to whoever drew this, but I'm sure I'll have in another video. But that's all I got for this one. I don't think I can recommend this. It's on shelves now. It's gorgeous, but I don't think I can recommend it. It's just the story just fell flat. But I'm not giving up on it. I'm going to keep following this story and this series, and I'll probably do some more vids on that. But thank you, everybody. My download is almost done, so I can get back to work on Unreal Games. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for watching. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, and I got some games that I'm starting to play. I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing some progress videos on the games that I have going on and the games that I have coming up. But that's all I got for this one. You guys go out, have a good day, go have a great week, and go find something you love. Okay? Have a good one. Bye.